Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. What we're going to talk about is an Edison Triumph speed control and the yoke. This style in the laters, like an E or an F or a D probably has this one. The other ones are different and they screw in, but these are pressed in. You see this one's missing here. What happened was you have to check the felts here. And this one side, the tip, this piece here, had just literally broken off. So now what we have to do is we have to reproduce this part. And it's much easier to do it in a piece of leather like this. So you can see here that I've wedged cut it in my hand like that. And that's how they fit. When you look at this one, here's the back. They cut the felt, and then around top it's round. So you have to use a piece of leather. What I would do would be use a brand new straight razor to cut the leather, because you're going to have to take this piece and gently cut down the side evenly like that, so you get this wedge piece like that, which will in turn fit in and look just like that. You have to make sure that the piece sticking out here, the round part, is the same length on both sides. So I would trim these later by sticking them in a vise like this. This way you can measure and then just make the cut on the leather. Now, to take it apart, we have a hole in this shaft of the yoke which fits through here. This piece goes in like this, and then right here there's some copper wire that's bent around that holds it in place.
That's the copper wire?
This is a piece of copper wire. I'll replace that. But you have to make sure when you put the copper wire in, it has to be copper, because it has a running surface and it runs on the bottom of here, and the copper wire will wear down and not steel. It'll be steel on cast iron, which won't work, and this has to move freely. Now what you have to do now is, how do we remove this other felt?
Why do you want to remove that?
We have to replace both of them. If you replace one, you have to replace both. You don't want your machine running leather on one side and felt on the other. So you have to have both of them in leather or both of them in felt. Leather is much easier to work with. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the straight razor and you're going to literally cut the top off right here. Then you're going to cut the round piece off like that. Now there's a couple of ways to get the rest of this out. The easiest way is to use a jeweler file like this. And you know that we have a thin side and a thick side. So the thick side is on the outside. You really have to look at the top here, that you see the little slice in the middle right here. See the little slice? We have a little bit of felt going in. So we'll take this. This is why I use a jeweler's saw. You hear that noise? That's the felt. Pops right out like that. That's the much easier way to do it.
So now it's out?
Now it's out. Now what you'll do is you'll take a screwdriver and you will bend the in, you'll turn the screwdriver to the inside, just a little, and you'll open that up. Have you done everything well? I have to open it up just a pinch more. You don't want to press hard on that. You just want to give it a little tug out. And now you'll have the leather on both sides. So you'll build two of the leather things by slicing down this way. And you have to make sure that the slices are even. So we have this piece coming out, so it should look like this. Say my hand here is the round part, and this is the leather part. You don't want any cuts in here on the leather, or this will break off. And that's all there is to it. And reassemble. It looks complicated, but it's not. The critical part is cutting out the leather, and you might do that 2 or 3 tries. I got mine from MasterCar, which is about 1/4 inch wide, and this is real leather. We have a video on leather and the fake leather, so you have to make sure that you're using real leather and not something fake or has swirl marks in it. And that's my tip for the day.